Welcome back into the Gopher Pregame Show, everybody. Joining me now, one of the key members of the special teams unit, the punter, Tom Weston, with us here. Tom, we appreciate you taking the time. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Of course, pleasure to be here. Thanks for having me.
We love having you. I know that we'll talk about Mark Crawford in just a little bit, but first for you, your pathway to the University of Minnesota, in a way, was somewhat similar to Mark. You're from Australia as well. What is in the water out there in Perth, Australia, where they seem to be producing these high-level punters to come over here to America and play American football?
Yeah, well, West is best, as they say, especially in Australia. It's amazing, really. Similar story, similar background as well, both cricket and football players. And he's paved the way for me. So being here, I've got a bit of a challenge to uphold his reputation. But no, it's good, and I'm glad he's still hanging around helping me out, so it's good.
When you were a young man growing up in Perth, what got you interested in punting?
It all originated from playing Australian rules football from a young age. I mean, like most Aussies over here, almost identical stories really. And from as early as I can remember, I was running around with an Australian football in my hand, just kicking in the park, kicking my grandfather, whatever. And it just stemmed from that. And as I got older, I sort of realised, hang on, there's another code across the world where maybe I could make something out of it. So that's pretty much how it began, and here we are.
Yeah, and at what point maybe did it kind of click for you that you realized, hey, I'm actually pretty good at this. I might be able to have a career doing this. What really clicked for you that made you realize that?
Yeah, it was probably just before COVID. I realised I had a reasonable leg, and I sort of saw Pro Kick Australia pop up on my Facebook feed one day. It's literally what happened, and I sort of looked into it and went from there. And obviously COVID happened, so it was a bit of a delay in the whole sort of training process and moving across to the other side of the country, which is where they were based. And then, from there it sort of blew up, I guess, for me, and sort of kicked football to the back seat and worried about punting specifically. And fast forward 5 years, I'm here.
Like you said, you realized you had a pretty good leg. So walk me through how you ended up at the University of Minnesota.
Yeah, so it's a bit of a whirlwind. So 2023, I came over and went to a Division II school in Arkansas, Washita Baptist, down there.
It's a big change from Australia to Arkansas.
Absolutely, yep. Quite the difference. But no, I had a good 2 years there. Redshirted my first year, which was key to my development. Like I was pretty raw and was still trying to work out, get a feel for the game, which I still am now, but it's significantly improved. And had that redshirt year, then played in 24 and sort of did well, I guess, and I was pretty happy with how I went. Still obviously had to learn a few things, and had an opportunity present itself in the spring of this year, and I jumped at it, and here we are. So I'm very grateful for everything that happened with Washita as well, and obviously being here, but I just felt I had an opportunity to play at a high level, and I took that.
Yeah, when that opportunity presented itself and you realized you had an opportunity to play here, what was it about the university, the program, that really kind of took to you in terms of why you wanted to continue your career here?
Yeah, a couple things. So obviously, Crawford being here was a big one, and obviously being from Perth as well, as we said, that was a key thing, because I thought, well, it's cold here, it's completely different. If he could survive and do it, there should be no problem with me. Right. And also the culture really stands out. As you do, if you're going to get recruited somewhere, you're going to have a look online and you watch videos and do your research, and just all the videos of specifically Coach Fleck and how he runs everything, that really appealed to me, being a little bit older as well, more of a mature, level-headed program with just great people, and that really stood out for me. And I feel like I'm even getting better off the field just by being here, walking in these four walls every day. So that really stood out to me, and it's been awesome. Yeah, as I said, I feel like I'm a better person already, and I've only been here a short period of time. So his culture was massive, and it's great to be involved in.
Did you know Mark prior to being recruited here at Minnesota?
Not on a personal level, but I did train with him at Pro Kick for a number of months, so I got to know him. But I sort of knew his name around the cricket world in Perth. He played at first grade cricket, and obviously as a youngster, I wanted to get to that level. So you follow all the teams and the players, and I sort of knew who he was off that. So yeah, I don't know if he knew that I knew who he was, but I definitely did. So it's quite funny.
How much of it was a benefit to you really to have somebody like that? Somebody that you told me off camera, you guys were born in the same hospital.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
That's correct.
I
yeah.
mean, to have somebody like that, really, you're miles and miles, or kilometers, I should say, away from home in Australia. But how much of a benefit was it for you to have somebody like that to really make you feel like a little piece of home?
Yeah, it's huge. And not only for that aspect, obviously it's great having someone I can relate to and who understands me fully, like some people. It's just great to have him there game day and practice. He really helps me out, and is, you know, very level-headed and calm when obviously everything else that's going on. It's been a massive help, and I can't thank him enough. Just little things like practice routines and going about my business, just keeping calm, having him there, just knowing he's there has really helped. And as you said, like having someone from home, that's great too, you know, behind the closed doors, we can have a chat and talk our Aussie rubbish every now and then. It's good to have someone to sort of, you know, feel like I'm at home with, so it's been awesome.
I don't know how the people at home feel, but I always say punting is an art form. Walk me through your routine. Walk me through how you're trying to get better each and every day. Where do you feel your game is at now as opposed to where you hope it's going to be by the end of the season and beyond?
Yeah, I'm still developing, obviously, as anyone is really. I try to make every punt situational, right? So whether it's a sky punt and I have to pin them deep, or whether it's a directional punt to kick it long and keep it out of a returner's hands, just trying to get better on the situational things. And obviously I'm still learning, as I said, everyone is, but that's key to my development, making sure I'm situational, not just going through the motions, as they say, and keeping on ticking off boxes and making sure that I'm developing for the game of football, which is what I'm heavily involved in.
Now, this is going to be your first experience of the Minnesota-Iowa rivalry. Are you starting to get a sense of how big this game is for the kids on campus, for the fan base? Are you starting to get an idea of this rivalry between the two universities?
I am, absolutely. It's sort of hitting me now. But again, I'm not going to let it bother me too much. I mean, my job's simple. Just go out there and make sure I punt well for the team and nullify their returner, and that's what I'm here to do. But yeah, the rivalry is real, absolutely. I'm seeing more and more about it and the rich history that goes about it, but obviously we're determined to keep winning that rivalry, and we'll go about doing that this weekend.
Tom, we appreciate your time. Best of health and success the rest of the way. Good luck this week against Iowa. Thanks again for being with us.
Pleasure being with you. I appreciate it.
Tom Weston, everybody. We'll be back with more here on the Gopher Pregame Show. When we come back, we'll take a look around the Big Ten and get you set up for a big weekend of college football. That's coming up next.